Hey guys, it's me Kiana, and today we're going to be doing a top 5 reasons video. Now today our top 5 reasons video is the top 5 reasons you should read The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas. I read this book back in January and I absolutely loved this. I had rated this a 5 out of 5 stars because of how powerful it was and how much it meant to me, and I feel like everybody should read this book, but if you don't know why you should read it, here are the top 5 reasons for me personally that you should read this. Now, if you don't know what The Hate U Give is, it is about a girl named Star Carter, and she is at a party with one of her best friends. And soon the party breaks out into a fight, and so one of her childhood friends, Khaled, takes her out and they start driving home. They get pulled over by a white cop for a busted tail light, and he makes Khaled get out of the car. Star stays in the car, and after getting patted down by the cop, Khaled turns to see if Star is okay, and when he turns around, he gets shot. And Star sees this all. Now, this is a very, very powerful book. It is, as you all know, it is inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement, but these are my top 5 reasons why everyone should read this book. Reason number 1, it is an own voice novel, which means both the main character and the author are Black females. Now, I know people might be like, oh, but what does that have to do with it? This is basically how the author sees things are being taken in our time and our community, and I feel like that is a big reason why everyone should read this, because it is an own voice novel, and it's an own voice debut novel, which a lot of times they don't end up good, but this one was amazing. Reason number 2, it is a very relevant book for our times. We see a lot of times Black males getting pulled over or stopped by cops for the stupidest things, and they get shot and killed right then and there. And it is very relevant in that book that how we see things get dealt with, that the cops all the time do not get prosecuted and nothing really happens to those cops, and those deaths are in vain. Number 3, it is a very, very empowering book of finding it's a very, very empowering book for Star, that we see her struggle with debating whether she should go on national television or speak to somebody about her side of the story of what happened, because in the book we see that the media already has its own version of what Khaled was and who he was, but Star refused at first to speak out, but then when she saw that people were dragging her best friend down in a van, she stood up, she spoke out, and it was very, very good to see that. Reason number 4, you are finding your true self in this book. Star goes to an all-white private school, but when she is home, she lives in what people call the ghetto. Now, when she is in this private school, she is a completely different person than who she is when she is home in her own community. And she slowly starts to figure out that her people at school who she hangs out with can't get a different Star. They either have to deal with the Star that they have when she's at home, or they won't know her at all, which I find is a very good part, because sometimes people act a certain way around other people when they shouldn't, and they should just be true to themselves. And I feel like this book actually helps out a lot with finding who you are and being true to yourself. And then reason number 5 is the friendships we have in this book. Star, no matter what, she was best friends with Khaled, even though they didn't speak at all for a very long time, they were best friends. And with her other 2 friends, one who was always making racial slurs with, she told that girl, either you stop it or we can't be friends. And then with her other girl, which was a Chinese female, she dealt with that themselves, and they dealt with the racial slurs themselves very good. And no matter what Star was going through, her friends were always there to back her up, no matter what. So those were the top 5 reasons why I think you guys should read The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas. Comment down below your reasons why people should read this, and I will see you next time with a new video. Bye!